Apologize for all that. Still tweaking the stream a little bit. I'm actually trying to do it from a laptop tonight. It's not really cutting it, but I've reduced the quality of the stream. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's get back into it. Once again, we are doing Captain Jonas Murdoch. Keep it going. I'm gonna start the metal on the shovel. Do a little lead belcher. Start it right up. I'm just going to be just basing the whole shovel. And I'm just going to get everywhere because I'm going to go through and wash this to really see the detail. What else do I want to hit in here? It's pretty good. So now what I'm going to do in order to really get this nice dirty look in here, just looks like he's kind of washed it with a couple different color washes. So that's what I'm going to try and do too. Start there it is. The old classic Newell and oil. I went ahead and turned down the res of the stream. I was doing it at 720, but I backed down to 540, which seemed to help a lot actually. And I killed the chat client, and now I'm just going to read the chats on my my phone. So that should help it a bunch. This is my second time, and my first time I used my desktop out here. I'm in my garage. It was just kind of a pain to move everything out. So that's a little bit too much wash. So this time I decided I'm going to try my laptop, which I have a MacBook Pro. It should be able to hang with it, and really it can't do too much else. Just stream. You can see what happened there. I tried to put my wash on too soon. My metal hadn't dried up quite enough yet. But what I did was I really took that wash and just seeped it on the top and let it fall right over that little part where the wood hits the metal into the shovel. Just let it gather in that area. It creates its own little fade. Looks nice. I'm gonna let that dry, and in the meantime, because what it looks like is they really went to town on the wash. I'm gonna hit it again with some brown in a sec. as that dries. And while it's drying, I'm going to hit the buckles. I think I'll just do simple silver. I'm using Games Workshop metallics. The silver is one of my favorites. It really goes over black prime models like awesome. It's perfect for high highlights. And I'm going with an extra fine brush here. Just try and find these buckles. It's tough to see. Trying to get one shot at these. Just trying to find the raised edge. Just barely hit it. Once again, this silver really does a lot of the work. You don't need a lot of it. It stays wet for a while. You just have to hit. Like you can, with a fine detail brush and real steady hand, you can draw these almost. Let me see. Again. Luckily, though, I can really go back and hit those again. Mistake there. I'll go back and get it. Just grab a little black. Head up again, hitting those areas that I want to look like the strap is bent through. And it looks like our shovel is really dried, so I'm going to go back and wash that with some brown this time to really kind of match their look. And I'm just using the old Reeklin Flush Shade GW's Brown Wash. Get a good amount on there. Just hit the top of this whole thing and just let it fall where it may. Just kind of let that pool in there. Kind of let that pool there. Just make it look like a nice little dingy trench shovel. I'm going back in here to fix my buckles. And this is just where like a nice steady hand and a lot of practice comes in. Can't see with that banner in the way. Yeah, let's bail that. Everybody knows by now, all two people in the chats. Thanks for coming out. Dark Wantum. KT Alex. That's the sound of my cat. Okay. Let's go back to the side by side here so you can really see. It's looking pretty good, man. Probably could use a little love in the straps, but I'm gonna leave them for now. But you can see the shovel looks nice and dirty. It's got several shades. And I'm just gonna go in with the edges and highlight them up. And I'm actually gonna go back with the lead belcher first, and then the high highlight with the silver, ethereal silver. The edge of that. I'm gonna get that top of that hilt joint. Now I'm just gonna hit with a high highlight at the edge where the light hits it. Boom. That's like a well-used shovel. Guy's doing a lot of digging in. Alright. Backpack's looking good. I'm gonna move on next to his shoulder pads, just because this is like a real striking color. If you look at the concept, it's the blue that comes out, like pops right off the model. He's Signar trencher, so he's got to have some blue on him. I'm gonna do my typical Signar blue treatment, but mainly the reason I'm going to this is because I want to see how the balance is going to look ultimately. So I apologize, my blue needs a lot of love. It's about dead. But when your paints get down to the bottom like that, don't be so fast to toss them. You can bring them right back to life. I mean, all the paints I'm using right now, geez, my son's going to turn 3 this weekend. I pretty much had them all since right before he was born. So 3 years with some of these. They have the old names. These shoulders have some weird detail in them. They have some screws and stuff. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother with those. And right here I'm just basing with some ultramarine blue and some Craig blue. It's pretty bright. But what I do it after is because it goes through several phases. And I've done, as a Signar player, so much of this blue. The one thing that's got me most interested in trying out some trenchers, because for once it's not a lot of blue. They have some cool gold armor, and you can see here Murdoch has it. He's just got so much gear and stuff, like it's covering it all up. But a full unit of trenchers, you can see a lot of the gold. Sweet. Trying to get the edges, trying to get all the recesses with this blue. here. This as well. It's pretty solid. Okay. I left the screws in there. I'm gonna go back and hit those. Those are really tight. Okay. Now, to get some good blue, and I'll pull my man Siege again here. He's got a lot of deep blue detail all the way up. And how I achieve this is through about 4 different little steps. So once I base the blue, I wash it. The blue, which really darkens it. But this is where I kind of do a wet fade. I get all my colors ready. I'm going to go right back to the original blue, and then up to a mid highlight with this little thorn blue. Well, it's a mix of the Craig and the little thorn. And then I go finally with the little thorn. This is a mess too. I'm going to try and work real quick here. Okay, do it. Alright. See, usually when I do this blue process, it's like the first thing I do after a primed model, because this process is messy and I don't want to be concerned with mistakes. Right now I'm trying to go into some real tight areas. So you see I'm just washing, letting the blue get in the recesses. The wash just naturally fall down the darkest areas. I want it to fade from dark. Fade from dark to light to the top, from the bottom of the pad to the top. Just going to keep it as wet as possible. Still fading it up. Now this shoulder pad, it's got a bag on it. So I'm not holding my breath on that one. Have a nice fade. But the other one is wide open. So we're gonna So now I'm just adding back the ultramarine blue. All that wash is still wet. And just going to blend it right in. And what this is going to do is going to just start the wet fade process. So maybe a little warm blue. See how I'm doing it on my palette here. I'm just starting to mix. And I'm working on a nice blue palette here. So it's tough, but I've done this a million times. I know what I'm doing. So, sorry. So fade up. I'm just gonna get a more low form blue. Coming up with that. And just the paint kind of mix on its own. Just pull it into the wet below. And if it's too stark of a fade, just dry my brush off a little bit. Go grab some of the previous fades. Just mix it like that. So I got it where I want. I just go back and highlight the edges with the mid. This. bolts and everything. And then I'm going to grab some of the low thorn and just hit the high spots. Let me get some of this edge in there. Okay. You can see it's got a nice, got a good shadow. It's got a nice fade. And I like this. I like that the blue pops off. You know, his pants aren't directly black. They kind of got a little turquoise in them. Pop this side by side so you guys can see where. Actually, to work in the front. Fix that. I'm gonna go ahead and add a shot of that picture for you. Oh shoot, I don't have a still of the front. Alright, never mind then. It's side by side. And the fade's okay. I think I have a little contrast in it. You know, I might actually just hit the dark area with a little wash again. Just like that. The wash fall to the recesses again. And then take a little like the Craig blue again. Just highlight right there. That's a little bit better. Highlights aren't the best, but you can see it. And I'm gonna try and get some of those little bolts. I'm actually gonna go with the fine detail. Probably not coming across on camera so well, but I'm hitting them. Alright. So we got those shoulder pads hooked up. It's looking pretty good. Alright, we did not get anywhere near where we wanted to. Let's do, you know what, I want to take a look at the back of this model and see one thing not done. I'm gonna go with the little pouch. It's fanny pack. And I'm gonna try that olive drab idea. So I'm gonna do quickest way to make an olive drab green. I don't actually have the color with me right now, but let's do a little black, a little yellow, and there you go. For some reason, black and yellow makes green. And it makes the perfect camo green. And I actually had a little gray to it. Do these up. Okay, so I'm going to hit up some of these little pouches. Right on the shoulder pad. There's like no underfold to them. So we're gonna have to rely on our wash to really get the contrast where the green meets the armor. Hit up fanny pack over here. And most of the time with these pouches and stuff, I almost dry brush them. I mean, a very thick dry brush. I want to make sure I get every fold to have a little bit of black primer show through. Because when you throw on a wash, it gets a ton of contrast. And that's what really, sells the detail. I'm almost going to need a little green somewhere on the front of this guy. Maybe not. Just enough. Awesome. Alright. I'm going to fire up a wash. I think I'm going to wash with the Newland oil. I'm going to see. It's just really, it's all the detail you want around all the creases and folds. Okay. I try. All right. Now I'm gonna start the highlight. As that's drying, I want a little bit of it to blend. And adding a little fresh paint to a wash sometimes really helps it dry faster. I don't know why. Grab a little white. Okay, so to highlight these bags. Down here as I'm just dry brushing almost. What I'm trying to do is just hit like the areas that he'd be touching a lot. This is almost too bright. A little bit of my top fold there, but okay. I don't think I'm gonna go much higher than that. Even this top guy. It's really bright. Needs a little separation from that top pad. I'm gonna hit fine. Just a little bit. I just had a hard black line right there because I just really wanted to see some separation from that pad. It's right there too. Some back one looks pretty good. Some good detail, good highlight on it. Top shoulder. Let's check out what those other guys did from old Jalaga. Fantastic, man. Really nice blending on those. Really, really nice. Alright, and so we got the back of the model up. And I'm pretty happy with that choice to go with a different color fanny pack. Just to kind of pop it off. Throw a little extra detail on the back. So now onto the front. On the front, we got a ton of work to do. The guy's got all kinds of craziness in there. He's got binoculars, he's got more belts and all kinds of stuff. But after that, I mean, it's really straightforward. Flesh tone on the arm. I'll probably just do some metallics on the knife. The gun has some work too, because it's going to have some metallics, and then it has a really good spot where you can do some wood grain in here. I'll probably try that as well. Some good luck with some stuff in the past. Other than that, he's pretty close. I'm hoping for my next feed to be done with Jonas Murdoch and be able to start this striker repos that I've done. It's Striker 2. I reposed them a pretty fair bit. Let's see, here he is with his base. My pin's kind of loose in here. But you get the idea. Where he's kind of walking up this rock. The original pose has him really leaned forward. And you can see what I've done here is I've started to stand him up a bit. There, I lost my pin. I don't want to use that. But yeah, I've stand the model up a lot. I've actually, instead of both hands holding the sword, I've swung it over the back right shoulder and added an arm kind of pointing out his target for decapitation. I've already done, on my Instagram you can see it's months ago, I went ahead and did the head. Awesome. So that's ready to go, and I don't know why I lost steam on them, but I definitely want to get them going because I played Striker 2 a few times with like proxy model, and I love the army. It's really sweet against a lot of Hordes factions, a lot of armor. They're not expecting you to get in their face as Signar, and that's what Striker does. He works hard to really surprise people, and then once he gets there, I mean, he's a monster. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Once again, I'm Keith Alexander. You can follow me on Twitter at BFG_Keith. And hopefully I won't go 2 weeks without a stream again. I can do Striker pretty soon. I actually ordered Jeremiah Cray. So it should be a pretty cool one. And not a lot else I can think about outside of Haley 3 was the big news today. That should be an amazing piece. Hopefully we see a little bit in no quarter this month and get some rules. I can't imagine how much awesomer she would be than Epic Haley. We'll see. So anyway, until next time, follow me on Twitter. Check out the website, blackflag-gaming.com, and you can follow us at Black Flag Gaming. And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.